Hey everyone, welcome back to the Road to 2000 series. This is episode 13. So, earlier today I played another rapid game and it was a pretty short one. It was over in 16 moves. So, yeah, let's get into the game. I was playing with the black pieces and my opponent played e4. So, yeah, I play the Caro-Kann, c6, and then they play d4 and I play d5. Now, in this position, my opponent played knight d2. I don't think we've had like a one of these sort of openings on the channel before, if I'm not mistaken. But against knight d2 or knight c3, I just take the pawn on e4. The knight takes back, and then we play bishop f5. And after the knight drops back to g3, we drop back with the bishop to g6. Yeah, and I think this is like the Caro-Kann classical variation or main line, where it's, I think, often they get their knight out, they play like h4, h5, we trade off bishops on d3. Yeah, I've had this position a lot of times. I think I'm probably less comfortable playing the main line than like the Caro-Kann advanced where they play e5 or the exchange. But I also have a vague sense of the sort of middle game plans, so I'm not. I don't hate playing against it either. So my opponent played knight f3, and I like to get the knight to d7. I think I know these sort of moves quite well. I think this is sort of the main theory here. We want to try and stop the knight coming to e5. Then my opponent played h4, and h5 would trap the bishop. So I think we can play h5 ourselves, I think, but I play h6. I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the correct move. Then after h5, we drop the bishop back to h7. And now normally in this position, white would play bishop d3, and we trade off bishops. I think they take with the queen normally, and white would get the dark squared bishop out, maybe to f4, castle long. Meanwhile, we're getting our pieces out, like knight f6, e6, and we castle short. And then it's sort of like a race to see who can attack first. Like, we start pushing here, white starts pushing there, and that's how a typical game would go from this setup. But my opponent played bishop c4, which, even though it looks very natural, like, I thought this was a weird move and probably not a very good one. Because it kind of helps me launch my attack. Like, I can play b5 and attack the bishop, and then I've sort of got an extra tempo pushing my pawns on the queen side. And I think this is quite, like, even though it's sort of hidden away here on h7, this diagonal is quite strong. So I think white often wants to like counteract this diagonal by putting their bishop on d3. Okay, so I think, and the engine I think said that this was an inaccuracy, but not a catastrophic blunder by any means. I played e6, which is kind of a move I want to play anyway. White played queen e2. I suppose another strange-ish looking move, like, at least to my eyes, in the Caro-Kann setup, normally the bishop goes there and the queen comes here after the trade. I did just spend a little bit of time, I think, looking at this sacrifice, if that was something I needed to be concerned about. I decided that it wasn't. I could either block with the queen or the bishop. So I just played knight f6, and if they want to go into this sacrifice, they can. I didn't really think it was any good. They didn't either. They played bishop e3, which is another strange bishop move in my opinion. The bishop really looks like it belongs on f4, and then this diagonal is very strong for that dark squared bishop. Yeah, so bishop e3 gives me an opportunity to play bishop d6, sort of uncontested, and now I get this like quite nice diagonal. Okay, and then my opponent played knight e5, which is just a blunder of a pawn. I mean, I've got two pieces covering this square. They've only got one defender. I kind of did a double take on this move because I was thinking that after knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, was I missing something? Like, was there some move that they could make with this bishop to create a discovered attack on my e5 bishop? But I didn't see it. I think the worst I came up with is like takes on e5, pawn takes, bishop takes, maybe something like bishop takes on h6, and if we take back, they take our bishop on e5. So something like takes, bishop takes on h6, and then the queen's eyeing this bishop. Yeah, actually, I can't remember exactly what I thought here. Maybe just at a minimum, I could take this knight or something. And then if they take on g7, yeah, I can't remember what I saw here actually. But yeah, maybe I'll put on the analysis. I can't actually remember what I was calculating here. So if we, yeah, just 94 it once. Okay, but that's quite a tricky move to play. Rook g8, does that work? Then after takes and takes. Yeah, I suppose the engine really likes black here because of rook d8. Okay, I didn't see all of this that far, to be honest. Yeah, but anyway, I still thought that that this was not a good move. We can just play takes, and then here my opponent played rook d1, which I didn't think much of at all, because after queen, so it attacks my queen, but after queen c7, I kind of want to develop my queen anyway. Queen c7 like attacks this knight. Like now I'm threatening takes, and takes with check. So yeah, it's already -2 like for black. The best move here is apparently castles, like just giving up this pawn, but at least castle's not even taking the knight is the best move. Just taking on b2 at once. Interesting. So I wonder if does this not work? Yeah, not terrible, but we've given up some of our advantage there. So the engine wanted castles, but my opponent moved the knight back to f1. Okay, and then I played bishop takes on b2. My opponent played knight d2, and then I played bishop takes on c2. And that traps the rook, and my opponent resigned. I mean, they're down, I think, 3 pawns already, and the rook's going to get trapped. So, yeah, I feel like it's a pretty reasonable resignation. You can see by the time they used absolutely no time. So, yeah, and that was the whole game. By move 16, the game was over. Yeah, definitely just, I don't know, maybe my opponent was like a bit tilted or something, but kind of been their best game. Um, but yeah, anyway, that was the game. A bit of a short one for today. I think I've hit a new peak rating of 1891, so I was super happy with this quick win, even though it wasn't a great game. But yeah, I guess I guess we're closing in on 1900, which will be a pretty cool milestone. Um, but yeah, that's it for today. Um, thanks everyone for watching. I will post another video probably uh, sometime next week. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll play a game on Tuesday and post a video later that afternoon or evening, something like that. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you all next time.